Marlene, you watch Akhi TV.
This is Richie Comic. Keep watching Akhi TV. Subscribe.
I'm Tweety. Free bacon, egg, and cheese after my fight. We here with Akhi TV. You know, we out here.
That's what you get if you don't subscribe, huh?
Subscribe, like, you already know, comment.
And the I go and say, I don't got time for the hate. I need more time in my day. I put an ice in my bay, yeah. You riding on me, I get my drip overseas. Niggas are hating on me, yeah. Why? And the I go and say, I don't got time for the hate. I need more time in my day. I put an ice in my bay, yeah. You riding on me, I get my drip overseas. Niggas are hating on me, yeah.
This is Marlene, you watch Akhi TV.
This is Richie Comic. Keep watching Akhi TV. Subscribe.
I'm Tweety. Free bacon, egg, and cheese after my fight. We here with Akhi TV. You know, we out here.
That's what you get if you don't subscribe, huh?
Subscribe, like, you already know, comment.
And the I go and say, I don't got time for the hate. I need more time in my day. I put an ice in my bay, yeah. You riding on me, I get my drip overseas. Niggas are hating on me, yeah. Why? And the I go and say, I don't.
How y'all doing, ladies and gentlemen? Pieces and blessings upon all my Akhis and all my sisters out there. Welcome to Split Decision episode 30. Go ahead, subscribe below. If you're trying to get smarter by the minute, if you're trying to get dumber by the second, don't. And listen to these decaf / old media. Shout out to DBN. Shout out to Dante, my Akhi, my broski, the entrepreneur of new media that I'm a part of. And shout out to everybody in the chat, from Real Rap to OG Swag to all my Akhis. I got an announcement to make. I'm going to go ahead and make a couple mods. You have to be an Akhi. You have to be a brother for real, to be a mod. Because I have to trust you. The rules are, and the guidelines, is I don't want nobody blocked. Because I want everybody to hear the truth, including the haters. Because the haters are your biggest fans. And I know that from a personal experience. So all my mods, when I make, and when I select y'all, I want y'all to peep who's being respectful. You could say whatever, you could do whatever, as long as you don't curse, as long as you don't call nobody no curse words. And the chat automatically eliminates those people anyways. But I don't want nobody blocked. I just want y'all to remove the comments. And also, if someone is being excessive, just remove them from the chat, but don't block them. And if you do block, I'm gonna have to remove you from being a mod. So that's the rules of being a mod. So go ahead and subscribe below. Click on the notification bell to get notified every time I post or go live on Split Decision. It's a boxing debate / talk show where Akhi is the past, present, and future when it comes to pound for pound, debating wise, and all of the above. I'm over here mixed master engineering, all of the above, and still knocking all of y'all decafs out. So call in, tune in. I want all my Akhis to call in. Of course, Devin Haney done shook up the world and got all these decafs, man. Shout out to Jewel Life. You know, sorry you missed the show last week, but I got your request. I'm gonna try to be on time. I ran to a couple technical difficulties today. You already know I'm doing, like I say, I'm mix master engineering and all the above, so it's kind of a little tough to do it all on my own. Then I gotta come and perform and show in and show out. So Jules of Life, call in today. I want to talk to you, my Akhi. And Camacho, I done knocked your ass out a couple times. I heard you crying. You went to the WBC crying and complaining, but guess what, Camacho? When you come on Split Decision and lie on more than one occasion, all you get is 3 lies and you out. So to each your zone. That's your warning. So shout out to all my Akhis, and let's go ahead and get the show rolling. Of course, we're going to dive into what Devin Haney had to say later on. But first of all, we're going to start off with Sean Porter. He stated that Terrence Crawford beats Errol Spence. He's too versatile. And, you know, you really can't disagree with those comments as far as the versatile part. Because, see, Crawford is one of them special fighters that could do it all. He could fight inside, outside, mid-range. He mentally strong. I mean, the man got shot in the head and survived. So you know, just like Errol Spence, of course, the truth, he survived in a miracle way. Terrence Crawford did as well. So he's here for a reason, not a short season. And even during Corona season, man, the man's still looking for all the smoke. You know what I'm saying? Even quarantine can't even keep him in the crib. He over here calling out Charlo and all the above. So as far as versatile, his stylistically, you know, that's 100% true. He will give anybody problems. Now, can he beat Errol Spence? The truth? Can he seek out the truth in Errol? That's a whole different story. You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait to see the fight. It's the fight of the decade. But what makes Terrence Crawford so difficult to deal with is that he could fight multiple styles. You know, Prince Nassim Hamed once said, I could fight 5 different ways. Terrence Crawford could switch stands just like the Prince, but more so, he's more technical, more responsible defensively, has a lot of power as well, extremely fast. But what makes him dangerous is his mentality in the ring, is how he adjusts. He the closest thing to Floyd as we speak that's on the top pound for pound. I believe Shakur is the future pound for pound, but for the moment, it's Terrence the Bug Crawford. So like I said, I always been high on Terrence Crawford because he could do it all. Like I said, when you could fight 5 different ways, I mean, damn. I mean, he could fight as a southpaw orthodox. Only couple fighters in history were able to master that craft. Fighters come to mind like Hagler, all-time great. Salvador Sanchez, I believe the greatest Hispanic fighter of all time. The man was beautiful when it comes to his the way he fights, his art of fighting, switching stands offensively, not just defensively. So Terrence Crawford, like I said, he's a special cat, and he said the king of the jungle ain't no lion. So I'm guessing he's a tiger. You know what I mean? So, and the village Akhi from called Tiger in Yemen. You already know we out here representing. But at the end of the day, I believe Crawford IQ and confidence is on a whole different level. And let me go ahead and make a couple mods real quick so I could go ahead and stop all the people in the chat that's just trolling. Because like I said, you over here bashing the PBC, the number one, like somebody in the chat is over here bashing the PBC, even though we know who's number one in the boxing game as we speak. Yeah, Camacho, because I'm your father. So call in, like I said, later on, because I'm over here still keeping it rolling. Let me make a couple mods real quick. Just give me a second, Akhi's. Sweet Science, shout out to you, brother. Everybody in the chat. Mike, what up? Mike, of course, you know that not the original Mike, but Mike Mastas. So if you want to be a mom member, let me know and I got you. With that being stated, let's keep it rolling. And y'all could go ahead and call in my Akhis. Anybody that want to talk about a topic that I'm currently talking about, go ahead and call in. I would definitely pick up your call. I'm trying to arrange it where every caller is the person. If you're going to call in, I want you to talk about the current topic. We could talk about different topics, but I would like for you to talk about the current topic at hand so we could have a better flow to the show. On to the next round. Terrence Crawford tells Errol Spence, don't fight me next. Fight me when you 100%. That's why I got respect for Crawford, man. That's why I got special love for Bud. I feel like he here for a reason, even though he beat up my boy. He beat up my boy, you know what I'm saying? Gamboa. Gave him his first L and all that. But I still got love for Crawford. Because that right there let me know where he cut from. He don't want to fight Errol Spence when he's not 100%. When people don't know if he's all the way there or not. He want to fight Errol Spence when Errol Spence feel like he 100%. Now, in my opinion, Errol Spence will be 100% once he moves up to 154 because I believe he's too big for 147. But I don't think that's a disadvantage either. You know what I mean? But sometimes you have a hard time making the weight. But Crawford, on the other hand, that's a bad man right there, because he want to fight Errol Spence the truth, and he want to seek out the truth in him when he's 100%. He don't want no shortcuts to success. He's already a Hall of Famer as we speak, and he still want to smoke. And like I said, I ain't really tripping about the Porter fight. I already told y'all how I'm feeling about that. But at the end of the day, or at least the night, if he wants to fight the winner of the Porter versus Errol Spence fight, I got no problem with that. Like I said, Porter coming off a loss at the end of the day. I know Porter said he want to face him and all that. But y'all have to keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that Porter is a man that just lost his last fight. He's coming off a loss. He don't have a strap. And at the same time, he's a lose-lose situation at this point, because if Crawford looks bad, I told you so. If Crawford doesn't dominate, I told you so. He in a lose-lose situation, so I know where Crawford is coming from, because that's his friend as well. But I still would like to see it. It will be a better look if Porter actually goes and get a win and come back and then wants to smoke with Crawford. But at this point, I don't want to call him my opportunist, because Porter done fought everyone in the division. But Ugas, people thought Ugas beat him. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman beat him. Errol Spence beat him. And he only have a winner over Danny Garcia and Adrian Broner. Still good wins. He still have the deepest resume in the division, but he don't have the wins. See, the W's matter. What matters in the sport of boxing is you turning your M's to W's. That's what made Mayweather the man back in the day, till this day. And of course, that's what Mayweather told Devin Haney as well. It's all about money. You know what I mean? So we're going to talk about it later. But my point is, I would like to see the Porter fight, but I understand why Terrence Crawford is saying it's a lose-lose situation. And Porter is pushing for that fight now. Porter's saying, hey, I want to smoke. To be an all-time great, I have to fight Crawford and all that. And I agree. It's the perfect fight, like the Bull versus the Matador. But at the end of the day, we know who wins those fights. It's the Matadors. However, boxing is the theater of the unexpected. So we won't know till we see it. So I'm all for it, but more likely, if I'm being objective, Crawford will be facing Kell Brook next. That's the most likely opponent next for Crawford. It's more money, at least in the UK, if he fights him in the UK. And I don't think Kell Brook definitely doesn't have a better resume than Porter. He got a win over Porter, but he definitely doesn't have a better resume than Porter, because Porter fought everyone. You know what I mean? From Alexander to Adrian Broner, you name it. He wanted to fight Timothy Bradley. Timothy Bradley was uninterested. He fought Errol Spence after he kind of waited on that for a little bit till it was worth it, but he still fought the man. He fought Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, and Ugas. So I got nothing but respect for Porter, but if I'm keeping it all the way 100, and you know, of course, that belt is all the way on the other side. If Porter is not willing to go to the other side, then I don't think the networks will join promotion for that fight, with all the respect, because it's not an Errol Spence versus Crawford, like I told y'all on the last show on Split Decision episode 29. But oh man, someone blessed me on. Hold on. I gotta see who just blessed me right here. Hold on, I gotta hit it. I gotta hit the bell for my man. Hold on. I gotta give me a little break. OG Swag. OG Swag. Stop playing with him. You ain't had to bless me like that, man. I appreciate the love and support every single time. For real. OG Swag, man. You keep me on my feet, man. Like I said, you already know, mixed master engineer and all the above. I feel like the rest of the boxing game, and you know what I'm saying, the man like OG Swag is who keep me rolling. You know what I mean? Because I ain't Money May. I am undefeated on Split Decision, but I ain't Money May. I don't got all the money in the world, but I got my Akhis right here. I got OG Swag right here, and I got all my Akhis. I got someone calling in, so I appreciate it, Akhi, for showing love every single time, man. For real. How you doing, Akhi? Who this is and where you calling from? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you could hear me or not.
Yeah, what's up, Akhi? What's going on? How we feeling?
I'm good, brother. How you doing? How everything going?
Chilling
Surviving
like
the
a baby.
coronavirus?
Yeah, staying away. This Nate, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is.
Nate, drink one. What's up, Akhi? How you feeling today, man? Great talking to you.
Man, I'm good. I'm good. Just came down off that Jordan documentary, so feeling good, feeling combative.
Okay. That's what's up. So what we got on our mind today?
Oh man, I ain't got nothing on the mind, man. I was just listening to you.
So
I was thinking about what you was just.
What do you think about Porter, Crawford, and Errol Spence? Just them three right there. Would you prefer to see Crawford versus Porter or Crawford versus Kell Brook or Crawford versus Taylor? Who you prefer to see?
At this point in time, man, I think I don't really care about the Kell Brook. I think it's time for Crawford to get a big fish. He moved up to welterweight. He did what he had to do. He won the title from Joe Horn. It's time for him to get a better plate because one of the downfalls to me for Crawford is as he's calling out these bigger names, they keep trying to play him. Like, who has he fought? Who he got on his resume? Well, he can't get nobody on his resume until somebody fight him. Right. I think this is the perfect time for him and Errol Spence just because Spence coming off the accident. We want to see what Spence got. And I think they give Crawford more of a 50-50 proposition now with with Spence coming off the accident and everything.
Okay.
So that's to answer your question. That's the fight I would want to see.
Porter,
Crawford
right?
versus Spence.
Yeah, but that's down the line. You know what I'm saying? But for the current moment, for Crawford next opponent, who you want it to be? You name it. If you could have if you could choose, who would you prefer?
I don't want to see him fight Porter because Porter then already kind of like shook and jobbed his way out of the situation. Like, he's like, oh, wait, hold on. You know what I'm saying? I would like to fight him, but I don't know if I want to smoke. So why not Thurman? Why not Crawford and Thurman at this point?
All right, well, hold on. You stay on the phone line because that's the next topic, man. You already jumped into the next topic, so we're going to talk about it since you already mentioned it. So let me move on to the next round. So Keith Thurman said, if Crawford send me a contract, watch me sign it. And Crawford responded back. He clapped back by telling him, hold on, let me pull up a quote. He said, Keith Thurman, shut your ass up. You don't want, you don't know what you want. You don't know what do you want to do because I bet if we send you a contract, your ass will find a way out of the contract. Not verbatim, but that's around what he said. Now, of course, we already know what, Keith Thurman famously known for is don't duck me, son. So he said that if Crawford, send him a contract, he will sign it. I want to see that fight. That's a fight I really want to see. I would love to see Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence and Keith Thurman versus Crawford. I believe the lust ain't no longer there, if I'm being honest, because Keith Thurman got beat by Manny Pacquiao. But I believe, if I'm keeping it a buck, I believe Manny Pacquiao been drinking out of that holy water for a long time. So, I mean, it's still a good fight, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it was just a bad look because Keith Thurman was talking about, I don't care if he takes Vada or not. He could take whatever he want because I'm knocking him spark out. I'm finna do this. I'm finna do that. And you know what I mean? All that. And then fight night, he got dropped in the first round. I think that was a horrible look right there. But just to inform you, Nate, Keith Thurman, according to reports, he turned down a Crawford offer from Top Rank before the Pacquiao fight. Now, I could see why he will turn down a Crawford fight because he had a Pacquiao fight on the table. I would too. So I believe Crawford should call his bluff. I believe Crawford should send the contract, see if he's for real or not. See if he's keeping it a buck because is he capping or not is the $1 million question. Because for him to take a Crawford fight at this point, right after a Manny Pacquiao fight, I'm having a hard time believing that. Because Crawford ain't no joke, man. I'm favoring Crawford all day against Keith Thurman, especially the way he been swinging wild lately. And Crawford could do it all. So what you got to say to that, Nate?
No, and one thing I want to say, you know, we like to say where the fighters do it. I'm one to think that most fighters will fight who get put in front of them. I think this is more of a Al Heyman, Bob Arum thing. They got to kind of get together, figure out how they're going to make this, because Pacquiao's still waiting, right? If Keith Thurman get another bite at Pacquiao, ain't no way he's turning that down for Terrence Crawford.
Yeah.
However, if it was an opportunity for Terrence Crawford to get Keith Thurman, this would be it. Coming off a high profile loss to Pacquiao, this should be the time. Now the question is, what do Al Heyman want to do? Do he want to try to make a second part of that fight? Because he's gonna make money regardless.
I mean, I don't think it's on Al Heyman though. I think Al Heyman I think because Al Heyman is the manager, he looks out for the fighter, no doubt. But according to Keith Thurman, if Crawford sends him a contract, watch me sign it. He's basically saying, watch me fight Crawford if y'all send me a contract. So Keith Thurman not Keith Thurman. Al Heyman has nothing to do with this because according to Keith Thurman himself, he will sign the fight. So I'm saying Crawford should tell Top Rank and Bob Arum, hey, I want to see if he's for real or not. I want to call his bluff. Send him a contract like I did, in the past. Send him a contract and see what's on the table, because I'm pretty sure Manny Pacquiao, if he has one more fight in him, he's going to fight Errol Spence. That's the obvious goal. If not, it's going to be either Danny Garcia or Mikey Garcia. I don't think he's going to go to Keith Thurman again because he already got a win against Keith Thurman and beat him when he was undefeated. So I don't think Manny Pacquiao would give Keith Thurman a second chance when he don't have to, especially when he won the fight fair and square, at least according to the judges. I'm not talking about what VADA testing and all the above. I'm just talking about the fight itself. He won it in my eyes. So what I'm saying to you is I don't think Pacquiao will revisit that. And according to Keith Thurman, he will fight Crawford. And keep in mind, Keith Thurman in the past, he called out Mayweather, claimed that in order to be an all-time great, and if you want a shortcut to be in a Hall of Famer, all you have to do is be a Hall of Famer, which is a Pacquiao or a Keith or a Mayweather. Now, he failed when it came to that because he couldn't beat a Manny Pacquiao. And as far as Crawford, he's pound for pound number one today. So if you want to prove that you wanted to fight Floyd Mayweather for the legacy, not the money, then fight Crawford. That's all I'm saying. So according to him, he will sign the fight. And I got nothing but respect for that. So if he keeping it a buck and he fights Crawford next, I'm a fan. I'm a Keith Thurman fan. I've always been a Keith Thurman fan. But at the end of the day, when Errol Spence was across the table and he told him, listen, man, I want this fight as bad as I want to breathe. And Keith Thurman was like, man, I ain't hungry. I'm like, come on, Keith. Stop playing with him.
But in Keith Thurman's defense, that's how everybody did Errol Spence. It wasn't until Kell Brooks gave him the shot over in
he had to too. He had to for the WIBF straight.
And that's how he made his spot. But to get back to the question, listen, at the end of the day, I'm with you. The fight I would rather see is Keith Thurman versus Terrence Crawford. But I mean, you just said later on down the line, is that later this year, beginning of next year, we're supposed to see Crawford versus Spence, right? So I don't see how we can make all three fights. So who is he dropping? Is he gonna drop the Kell Brooks fight and just fight Keith Thurman?
I mean, hell yeah. If he's gonna do that, I'd rather see him face Keith Thurman than a Brook. Because if I'm being honest with you, Brook, he kept complaining about he couldn't make 147. He struggled to make 147 against Errol Spence 3 years ago. And now all of a sudden he can make 147 against Crawford 3 years later. Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? That's why.
It's a money grab.
Yeah, it's a money grab. It's a money grab.
It's a money grab. It's the same thing Amir Khan been doing in his last couple of fights. It's a money grab.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just getting out with a big name, get your weight up, get you a big check, go ahead and sign up. Because when you look at that fight, Amir Khan shouldn't have been in the ring. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. And I think Bob Arum, he has some type of relationship to where he can kind of cherry pick these UK fighters, bring them on over, use them as warm-up for his top guys, and then send them on their way. So that's why I think the Kell Brooks fight is going to happen most likely. And then, like you said, by that time, the wheels are already turning for Errol Spence because Errol Spence should have his fight up under his belt, and now we finna start the promotion machine for that fight. So I think if Keith Thurman if he don't get this opportunity, this is gonna pass him. In my book, it's gonna pass him. His opportunity got passed when he lost to Manny Pacquiao.
To be honest with you, though, he could have been a superstar. He could have been a superstar if he beat Manny Pacquiao. But I don't think opportunities passed him because I think Errol Spence will still fight him. Crawford will always fight him because you got to keep in mind Top Rank is in a desperate situation at the welterweight division since they don't have nobody to compete with. So if they could have a Keith Thurman fight, a Porter fight, whatever on the table, they will be open to it because they don't have that many fighters on that division. You know what I'm saying? That
I'm saying if he don't get this fight with Terrence Crawford. Now, because think about it. Okay, Errol Spence is supposed to fight who next? You know what I'm saying? And then once he fights that fight, he's going to fight Terrence Crawford. Where would Keith Thurman be then? If he don't fight Pacquiao again, he don't fight Terrence Crawford, where would he be in the 147 division?
And that division packed as hell because he could fight. There's a lot of fighters he could face. He interested in Danny Garcia and Manny Pacquiao rematch. Okay. That's what he said. But there's also plenty of fighters like Ugas and dangerous fights, of course. You know, they high reward. But at the end of the day, I don't think he will take them because it's Ugas, you got Jaron Ennis, and Virgil Ortiz. They all want Keith Thurman at the end of the day. So they will be willing to fight him, but it's just a matter of the time. Keith Thurman is going to be very selective at this point. He coming off a Manny Pacquiao fight, and everybody that fight Manny Pacquiao or Floyd back in the day, they always end up getting big fights. Yeah. Like, for example, Guerrero, he lost to Mayweather, lost to someone else after that, or a draw in a war. Then Guerrero kept getting payday after payday against Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, and this and that. So once you fight one of them big names, you really, win or lose, you're always going to end up in a big fight. But great talking to you, Nate. Always great talking to you. Subscribe to my man channel. He have his own show. I'll probably be a guest on his show one day. Great talking to you. Great talking to you, Nate.
Hey, good talking to you, brother. Keep up the good work. I appreciate you giving me your time. And for anybody that's listening, subscribe, comment, and like. Nate Drink One. Holla at y'all.
Peace. Yeah, subscribe to my Akhi channel, Nate Drink One. All day, every day. You already know. Till this day, y'all better show love to my Akhi. Shout out to Jay Thompson. I appreciate the love and support. My man said, appreciate the content, bro. You already know what Akhi stand for, brother, at the end of the day. So I appreciate you, Akhi. Jay Thompson. Shout out to OG Swag and everybody in the chat. So let me move on to the next round. So, of course, this is what y'all been waiting for. Well, I got a caller. How you doing, Akhi? Who this is, and where you calling from? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
Man,
how you doing, Akhi? Who this is?
What's going on?
What's going on?
All right. For Devin Haney, I just gotta say I'm not offended at all. Not offended. Not a big deal. People need to relax. It's just boxing. People like to talk shit. It's a little worked up. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what I think too. I mean, like, I don't think it was coming from a bad place where like people took it like, oh man, he a racist or this and that. Devin Haney's not that type of a guy. I mean, it's just money talk. Race sells in the sport of boxing, and my true feelings on it is just like you said, is hyping up the fight with Vasyl Lomachenko since Vasyl Lomachenko gave him the strap. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like he looked at it, man, let me hype up this fight. Let me apply pressure on Canelo. And, not Canelo, on Lomachenko. But you got to keep in mind at the same time, which I'm going to touch on later on, the question came in to Devin Haney like, oh, I can't wait till you fight Lomachenko. And he said that. So he didn't just say it all, randomly. You know what I mean? Hello?
Yeah, I heard it. I heard the question. It was he was playing it up. He was working the crowd. I knew what he was doing. He was trying to impress the audience. The audience asked a question. He came back and said, whatever he said. That's not what offended me. What offended me is he's 21 years old. He's got no credible wins on his resume, and he's calling out Lomachenko the fastest 3-division champion in the sport, the number 2 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. And while Lomachenko's got a scheduled bout with Teofimo, a way more dangerous fighter, someone's got knockout power. That's my point. That's what offends me. Like, hey, why don't you get some wins on your resume? Fight Gary Russell Jr., fight
That should be
Ryan
next.
Garcia, fight any of these young, fight Davis, fight Tank Davis. There's so many fighters he could fight.
Yeah,
But
that
he
should.
thinks he's going to get a fight with Lomachenko.
Yeah, that fight
I don't
should
think
be
he's going to
next.
get that.
So first of all, I mean, to be honest with you though, Lomachenko got a shortcut to a strap, which was against Toledo when he got taken to the Mexican University. So Devin Haney wants a shortcut to a pound for pound, and by fighting Lomachenko, if he beats Lomachenko, he automatically on the top 5 or 10 pound for pound. Because that win will be significant since Lomachenko is hyped by the media. So that's why Devin Haney is gunning for that fight. So I got nothing but respect for that. So as far as Tio, since you said Tio is more dangerous, Tio versus Lomachenko, who you got and why?
Until proven otherwise, I'm picking Loma. I thought
By what?
because he's been proven. He's proven time and time again. I thought he would have a lot more trouble with Rigondeaux. I thought he'd have a lot more trouble with Walters, and he walked through them. They had no problems. And then, so Teofimo, he struggled big time against that Japanese fighter. Forget who he fought, but he struggled with that fella. So I just don't think. I think there's only chances of him is to catch him with the lucky punch early. If that don't happen, he's gonna get beat up. He's gonna get beat up bad.
Yeah. Okay.
But my thing with Haney though, don't you think he should be fighting some of these young guys? Ryan Garcia, Gary Russell, who else?
Well, Ryan named him last now. Ryan named him last. He said he going to fight him last, so I don't think Devin Haney could fight Ryan anytime soon. And then when it comes to Gary Russell, that should be next, though. Well, not next, because he got a mandatory, or if the WBC reinstate him as a champion, he should be facing my man Luke Campbell, I think. So that should be the next move. But after that,
there's another one.
He'd be free to fight, but it's Luke Campbell that's been avoiding him. You know what I mean? So it's kind of tough for Devin Haney because he been wanting to smoke. So give it to him. That's all I'm saying. He put pressure on himself by saying he ain't gonna get beat by no white boy. So that's you applying pressure on yourself because you ain't say it in a division there's nobody in it that could fight. You said it in a division that arguably the best white fighter that ever existed fights in that division, which is Vasyl Lomachenko. So, I mean, Devin Haney got a lot of confidence to be talking like that. So, at the end of the day, I can't wait for it. I appreciate the call, Akhi. And, tune in next time.
Okay, but I don't think that's gonna. He thinks he's gonna talk a bunch of shit. That's waters off a duck's back. Lomachenko, he's heard it all. I don't think that's gonna make him. Oh, he said this. Now I gotta fight him. No, he got bigger fish to fry.
Shit, hell no, he better fight him now, man. Fuck that. Excuse my language, because he claimed the dream fight was with Mayweather, and then of course, you got to keep in mind if your dream fight with Mayweather, then fight his prodigy Devin Haney, especially after he said he ain't gonna get beat by no white boy, and then Devin Haney, keep in mind, he got Lomachenko strapped as we speak. The WBC, Lomachenko requested the French fries belt to avoid him. So at the end of the day, he has to see Devin Haney next, after Tio. Tio is a tough fight. He can't sleep on him. But if he is successful and he beats him, he have to come see my man Devin Haney. But I appreciate the call, Akhi. I got to let you go.
What about Davis? What about Gervonta Davis?
Hell yeah. That's the fight we want to see. I'd rather see that more, to be honest with you. But at the end of the day, all of these fights are great. To be honest with you, 135 is super packed. I want to see Gervonta, Devin Haney, Tio, Loma, all of them mix it up. I don't just want to see Loma fight them all. I want everybody to mix it up. So we'll see. But I appreciate it, Akhi.
You think, real quick, my last thing, do you think Devin Haney is going to eat his words like Wilder and Hopkins did? Think it's going to backfire?
Well, I think I don't know. I mean, it could, because it's a 50-50 fight. But at the end of the day, you know, Hopkins, he lost to a fighter that was Kalasgi, right? I believe his name was. Yep. But he was more toward the end of his career, and it was competitive. And then Kovalev, of course. Kovalev, he fought him when he was like 49 years old. So, I mean, I don't really consider that a big deal. But as far as Deontay Wilder, of course, that's a bad look, because he was going to make him a Black History Month tribute, and it backfired. So, you know, we'll see. Like I said, I ain't no telling, but I don't think so. But it's a lot of good fighters, though. I mean, if you're talking about just a white hope fighter, then you're talking about a Lomachenko, Lil Campbell, you're talking about Josh Taylor. All of these guys could fight. I think Josh Taylor is a tough fight for Devin Haney. Probably tougher than Lomachenko. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of tough fights. And if you're talking about all of the above, then you got T.O., you got Ryan, you got Javante Tank Davis, you got Shakur. So the sky's the limit. So for him to finish his career as undefeated, then he will live up to being the LeBron after Floyd Mayweather being the Michael Jordan of the sport. So I appreciate it, Akhi, and I'll talk to you next time, all right? So appreciate everybody in the chat. My man jumped into the topic that I was going to touch on. So let me go ahead and dive into it. The number is in the comment section below. So, I mean, not in the comment section, in the description box. So peep it if you want to call in. And let me go ahead and touch on what Devin Haney had to say. So Devin Haney apologized for stating that I will never let a white boy beat me. And initially, when I made my video, if y'all seen it, I said I really didn't think too much of it when I read the headlines. I was surprised he said it, but I didn't really think too much of it. But since a lot of people started calling him all type of things, claiming if somebody else said it from the hope list to a fighter from the coincidental list, it would have gotten taken the wrong way. So I decided to make a video on it. As y'all saw yesterday, I dropped a video on it. I stated everything I needed to say. I did mention that Devin Haney was wrong, but I don't think it was coming from a bad place. It was just coming from a competitive place. He's a competitive person. And then when I actually peeped what he had to say, because when I read the report, it didn't give me no source. So I assumed Devin Haney tweeted it or said it to a reporter. So I was like, man, Devin Haney, you know what I'm saying? He should have said what AB said, because AB said it best. And that's why I initially said on my video.
They call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.
That's how I felt about it. I felt like he should have included everyone, because he called out Mikey Garcia, Tio Lopez. He called out AB himself, the can man. He feel like he the can man. He called out everyone from Lomachenko, you name it, Javante. So it's not personal. So I was surprised when Devin Haney said that. I was like, man, Devin Haney's not even that type of a guy. I know he said it from a competitive nature, but he ain't even that type of guy. So I was like, man, he already playing the villain role already, because like Floyd Mayweather said, it sells. Controversy sells. So I was like, let me peep what happened. So I did a little more research. I found out he was actually on 78 channel, and during the live, Devin Haney, someone posted a super chat, and they mentioned Lomachenko and him fighting Lomachenko. So Devin Haney responded by saying, I ain't losing to a white boy. So when I saw that, I was like, oh man, they definitely blew it out of proportion, because they even made it seem like it was a bigger deal than what it was. He was talking about Lomachenko specifically. So he didn't just automatically call out everyone there was, you know what I mean? He just stated how he felt. He should have kept it inside, but he let it known because the standards and his people. You know what I mean? So it's not like he's talking out of his a-hole. His people still fighting.
To this day. To this day. To this day. Bomb Squad!
So when I peeped that, I realized it definitely got blown out of proportion because even CNN reported on it. And I'm like, man, you know, I hope they know why he said it. He was responding to a Lomachenko who was also a white fighter. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, Lomachenko is arguably the greatest white hope of all time. He's arguably the greatest white fighter of all time, according to Joe Rogan, Teddy Atlas, and all the above. So because he's so hyped, it ain't like, see, it's one thing if Devin Haney said it in a division that has no white fighters in it. Then you probably be like, you know what? If you try to justify it, you will look at it like, man, Devin Haney, he ain't capping because there haven't been a lot of great white hope fighters. That's why they came out with the term white hope back in Jack Johnson days. However, at the end of the day, or at least the night, people would have looked at it as a low blow. Like, Devin Haney, come on, man. You said it in a weak division when there's no white fighters around. Come on, bro. You know better than that. You should have more class. But that's not the case, ladies and gentlemen. Hello? Is anybody home? Lomachenko is in the division. Luke Campbell is in the division. One division above, Josh Taylor, a pound-for-pound top 10 fighter, arguably, is in the division. The Super 6 winner. They all white. So what's the big deal? He said it in the most packed or around the most packed white fighters. So it ain't like it's a big deal to me. Because at the end of the day, you're going to get what you ask for. So eventually he will fight a Lomachenko. And he better win. So he applied more pressure on himself. So it's just the competitive nature because he stated at the end of the day, or at least the night, I will retire undefeated. That's how he felt. It don't matter if you're white. It don't matter if you're black. It don't matter if you're Asian. It don't matter if you're Arab. It don't matter if you're Hispanic. At the end of the day, or at least the night, the man want to retire undefeated like the one and only Money May. That's how he felt. He was just responding to a Lomachenko comment. So I just want to clear the confusion over that because he's getting bashed more than he's supposed to. I mean, all hell broke loose. But like I said, to shut this kid up, give him what he's asking for. Y'all don't got nothing to worry about. He's 21. According to y'all, he ain't done nothing. According to y'all, he ain't ish. He ain't talented. He ain't this. He ain't that. So give him what he's asking for and put him in his place. Humble him. Give him a piece of that humble pie. Don't give him the belt. Don't give him the strap. See, Devin Haney let me borrow it. He was like, man, you know what? Go represent on Split Decision, Akhi. Let him know what time it is. Y'all can't give him the strap and then be like, humble yourself. He can't be humbled. Because arguably, according to old media, their pound for pound number one gave up the strap to Devin Haney. So how can he be humble? He gave him the strap and called the WBC, the World Boxing Corruption Organization, like, hey, can I request a French fries belt that's not a belt nor a championship that I don't have to defend so I don't fight the dream? Even though I claim my dream is a fight with Floyd Mayweather, but I don't want to fight his prodigy. Like, it's a bad look on Lomachenko's behalf. So that's going to apply more pressure on Lomachenko to fight him. And that's going to feed into what a lot of fans want. And you know what I mean? The only reason I'm making this video, though, is because I want to clear the confusion. And I don't want the two sides to clash, you know, two races and all that to start going at each other over Devin Haney comments because people took it out of content. So at the end of the day, or at least the night, like I said, if y'all believe Devin Haney is sweet, let him get the work. Let him get the work. Because if y'all, like, Floyd Mayweather came out and said it's all about money when Devin Haney FaceTimed him, right? Floyd Mayweather told Devin Haney it's all about money at the end of the day, right? Now, peep this. One of the best white fighters that Mayweather fought, I believe, was Ricky Hatton. I could be wrong. Y'all could inform me if I'm wrong on that. Now, Ricky Hatton, let's say he was he was definitely a trash talker. Let's say Ricky Hatton came out and was like, you know what? Man, F this. What if Ricky said, I would never lose to a black fighter? Let's go there. What if he said, I will never lose to a black fighter. Floyd Mayweather would laugh at his face. He'd be like, man, come over here. Let me make some money off of you so I could whoop your ass real quick and cash it and laugh to the bank while I'm there. You know what I'm saying? So Lomachenko, this is what he should be planning as we speak. Is planning to whoop Devin Haney and humble him. You know what I mean? Because when it comes to fighters on the coincidental list, we already know it's not a coincidence. They have to do twice as much just to be just as good. You know what I mean? So I feel like y'all can't flip the script all of a sudden. Oh, the double standards. Look at these fighters dealing with all this double standards. You know what I mean? Because you wasn't the one that was suffering from mistreatment. You wasn't the one that was getting mistreated. The fighters from the coincidental list was the ones that's getting mistreated. It wasn't the other way around. The hope list are the fighters with the benefits. On the other hand, the coincidental list fighter, they the ones that have to do the most. So if that's how he felt, to each your own. I gave y'all my thoughts on that. And like I said, give him what he's asking for. Humble the kid if that's what y'all claim. You know what I mean? But these the same people that will claim that racism is not around or it never existed. Like, are you serious? Racism exists today just like back in the days, just in a different form. They practice it different. They got to be low-key about it. They want to be racist, but without the label. So we don't want no double standards in the sport. I don't care if you're green, alien, black, white, whatever you are. There should be no double standards against you. It should be equal playing field against all fighters. You know what I mean? So we're going to talk about it. Got a lot of my Akhis calling, so let me go ahead and pick up some calls. Let's see the people chat. So like I said, you can't flip the script all of a sudden when you ain't the one that's getting mistreated. Remember that. You ain't the one that's went through all the suffering. You know what I mean? Hold on. How you doing, Akhi? Who this is and where you calling from? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. Nothing, bro. I was just chilling, man. Thanks for letting me be one of the first wrenches. I was confused on how you explained it.
Shoes of life. What's going on, Akhi? Hey, I'm sorry last time. You know what I'm saying? I came randomly on a Sunday or late at night, but I'm going to try to do it more so around 5 or 8. So I'm working on it.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I was just joking with you, man.
Oh, yeah, I understand. I know. I've been trying to work on that, though. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, man, I was wondering. I want to talk about this Crawford topic, but I just had one question because you gave me the wrench. When you said what you said, or you talking about like people that were trolling, people that were being racist, like bro in the comment section that had a bamboozled avatar? Because that's highly offensive. A bamboozled. If you know the backstory of bamboozled, they were basically created to mock all black people. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm black, bro. So that's highly offensive to me. And shout out to Real Rapper for shooting him out the sky, man. Yeah, but anyways, man.
So you hold on. You said what was I referring to? You talking about Devin Haney topic?
No, the Terrence Crawford thing. Devin Haney, man, he's a young kid, man. He needs to humble himself. He needs to learn self-control. After he learns that, he'll be cool, man.
Yeah, that was out of pocket. That was out of pocket, but like I said, he young and he just spoke his mind. He should have kept it inside, but you know, he said what he said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't know how to express himself yet. But anyways, yeah, man, I'm gonna let you.
Yeah, the key word is he got to be politically correct. But yeah, go ahead, shows a rap, shows a life. You know, go ahead.
Yeah, anyways, man, I'm just talking about the topic. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about the Crawford thing, and then I'd like you to re-explain it in a more finer detail after what the wrenches mean on your calf section.
Okay.
Because everyone's different.
All right.
So, anyways, here's my thing, man. I like Terrence Crawford. I like Terrence Crawford a lot. Terrence Crawford is easily one of the most skilled boxers of our generation. He's probably, and if off of paper, off of looks alone, he's probably the closest thing to Floyd Mayweather. But I just put him on the more of the offensive side, even though he's not Floyd Mayweather. But I'm saying, like, his skill level, like how he fights, he's the closest thing. And I've heard many people say that. But at the same time, Terrence Crawford is tripping, man. I like Terrence Crawford, but Terrence Crawford, he doesn't take criticism very, very good. And there's been a lot of times where people have said little to nothing, like what Jermell Charlo just said about Errol Spence being able to beat Terrence Crawford. What are you going to do? You're going to say that, oh, Terrence Crawford is going to beat Errol Spence, but you're training with the person that you're supposed to be helping beat him. That doesn't make any sense. And so when Jermell Charlo was saying that, that's his stablemate. Yeah, that's what he's supposed to do. Like, you're supposed to back. Yeah, you're supposed to back him. And like, he blew it all out of proportion, and he got all mad. And he, like, I've been noticing like that. Like, there's been a lot of scenes, like a lot of incidences within the last year where, like, somebody said something and it was minuscule, and like he blew it out of proportion, and like he took it to a whole new level, or somebody around him did the same thing. But long story short, man, he's a very good fighter, but I think that he's trying to jump, he's trying to leap, because he hasn't fought anybody in the 147 division. And you mean to tell me you want to jump up and fight the absolute best, the most dominant person? People don't realize how long Jermell Charlo has been the champion.
Yeah, he's number one.
I looked this up. He was he's been a champion, the WBC champion, for 4 years. 4 years.
Yeah.
4 years. And you mean to tell me you're going to jump up to 147? You fought nobody at 147. Your best person that you fought is Jeff Horn. That's his best person. And he wants to jump up and fight a Jermell Charlo. Iron Man, Jermell Charlo. I call him Iron Man for a reason. His chin looks like he's been chewing on bowling balls for his entire life since birth. And you want to fight him? I don't care what nobody says. People are tripping. They've been showing way too much. Bad boyism and favoritism.
So Jules of Life. Well, what I'm saying is, of course, Crawford, he blew out of proportion, like you said, because at the end of the day, like I said on my video, that, what you expect from Charlo, he's supposed to back up his broski, his Akhi, you know what I mean? He's supposed to back up his stablemate. That's what he been doing from day one. And even Charlo been respectful about Crawford. He said that Crawford is, he got all the heart in the world. He basically described him like a lion, but he said Errol Spence is cut from a different cloth. So what I'm saying is, I'd rather have a fighter that's willing to fight everyone than someone like Canelo, for example, that's not gonna want to face the best at all.
Here's the thing, though, Akhi.
So what I'm saying, hold on.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is,
what you just said.
Yeah, so Crawford is open to a Keith Thurman fight. He's open to an Errol Spence fight. He's open to all these guys. If he's willing to fight Charlo, man, to each his own. If you that crazy, then that's a good crazy to a boxing fan. That's like, okay, well, if you that crazy to jump to Charlo and go to the Lion's Den, then to each his own. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, or at least the night, I'd rather have a fighter like that that's willing to jump to a risky situation than a fighter that's not willing to fight the best in his division, period. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I get that, but here's what I'm saying, man. You just almost he got dropped by Idris Kavalakis, and there was a casual fan that pointed that out to me. He was like, bruh, I went back, and he literally put it up for me to see it. And then when I seen it, I was like, oh, snaps, I guess you're right. He punched, Idris Kavalakis punched him in the third round. He punched him in a little three-piece. He slipped down, and he dropped, and he tried to deny that. Jermell Charlo has been folding people for 4 years. Four long years, folding people.
So you saying Charlo gonna fold him? So you saying Charlo gonna fold him? Is that what you're saying,
If he fights him, no, I'm saying if he fights him without getting the tune-up. he has to get accustomed to the weight for him to have a fair chance. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel you.
I
So
believe
what
in
I'm
Terrence
saying,
Crawford.
Drew Life. What I'm saying. So what do you want Crawford to do? So you want him to stay? You want him to stay at 147? Oh yeah.
If he's gonna go to look, if he wants to go to 154, get a tune-up fight. But I expected him, and I would rather recommend for him to stay at 147 because he hasn't done anything there. Who has he fought? Jeff Horn? That's nobody compared to Errol Spence. You're supposed to be competing with Errol Spence. Errol Spence got Kell Brook. He got Sean Porter. He's gonna have Danny Garcia. He has Lamont Peterson. You got Jeff Horn, bro. Come on now.
Yeah.
He even got Mikey Garcia if you want to put a cherry on the top. But the point is it's way too damn fast for him to be jumping up to 154. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, he shouldn't. That's like Gary Russell want to jump to 135. Well, not to that extent almost, but you know, just stay at your division. You got the biggest fight, which is against Errol Spence. Just wait on that fight. Fight whatever is available from Porter to Keith Thurman for the meantime. But I think Crawford just talking his ish because he knows the fight with Errol Spence is the fight of the decade. He knows that fight that will define his career. As of course he's already a Hall of Famer, but that's gonna be like you gonna be an all-time great or not. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. But appreciate it, Joe's a life. Always great talking to you, Akhi.
Yeah, I'll be here, man.
All right, peace. All right, peace, Akhi. So got a super chat. Nate Drink 1. Thank you, Akhi. Brother, let me know when you have time to come on the show so you can hit us with that top self-knowledge. New media, hashtag that. Appreciate it, Nate Drink 1. Subscribe to my Akhi channel. That's my broski. Hopefully I will be a guest on his show soon. We're going to figure that out. But for the meantime, I got a few callers that I want to talk to. Let me go ahead and pick up the call. How you doing, Akhi? Who this is? Where you calling from? Shout out to everybody in the super chat. How you doing, Akhi? Repeat that one more time. Repeat that one more time.
I'm Muhammad Naji from Maryland, bro.
Oh,
Texted you on IG last week.
Okay, Muhammad Naji. What's up, Akhi? How we feeling?
Yeah, salam, bro. What's good, man? I was just listening. I heard somebody talking about Crawford and Spence. Just so everybody know, yo, the longer Spence waits, the harder it's gonna be for him to cut weight.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? But it's like right now, I think Spence got it. But don't sleep on Terrence Crawford, yo, because he do got the skill set. Like Mikey Garcia had the skill set, but he just couldn't stand with Spence at that weight. He was just too big, and he was smart enough to keep him off base. You feel me?
Yeah. But
at the same time,
and you know, Crawford whipped Mikey like 4 times in the amateurs.
That's what I'm saying. They were competitive though, but at the same time, Crawford had it, yo. So if Crawford could take the power, which I feel like he probably can, he got the reach to really play with him in and out. So that would be a good fight, yo. That's probably the best fight in that division right now.
So right now you got your money on the truth.
Yeah, right now I got my money on the truth, yo. But time goes by.
I do agree with you though on that statement though. If time passed by, Errol Spence gonna have a hard time cutting the weight, man. He be looking like a zombie in the weigh-in. I mean, damn.
Right though, yo.
You know what I mean? So he need to, especially he need to stop blowing up in weight between fights. He said he's gonna stop doing that, but he still did it for the Porter fight. And what's crazy about Errol Spence that even though he struggled to make the weight, or he cuts a lot of weight. I won't say he struggled to make the weight, but he cuts a lot of weight. So fight night, he still have a lot of stamina. So that's something Crawford gonna have to deal with. Is that punching from Errol Spence? I mean, it's just nonstop, man. To deal with a person like that on that level is just crazy. But
Spence do got stamina, yo. That's a fact, yo. He definitely do.
Yeah,
he don't be looking all gassed out at his fights afterwards. Like he's so good.
Yeah, he be chilling. So what I'm saying, he got that. He a workaholic like Floyd. He work out all day, and Crawford is the same way too. So that's why it's the fight of the decade. At this point, man, I will lean to Errol Spence too, but I still got to see how he gonna look after the accident.
After the accident, I feel like it's not really gonna mess him up too much, but As long as he's like training right now, he's staying in shape, he should be all right.
And especially the Rona. The Rona is actually
that shit ain't no joke right now, man.
It benefited him because he has more time to kind of recover from the car crash. You know what I mean?
As long as he ain't drinking and partying too much, yo. Because like
he
Floyd
better quit.
The difference between him and everybody else, I don't even know if Floyd knows how beer tastes. You feel me? He's that dedicated though.
Right.
That's how you gotta be.
Listen, Akhi, you know that's against our religion and all that, right?
You already, bro. The platform, the blueprint was already built for us, bro. We just gotta follow it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We just gotta follow the Quran, the book, Allah book. But the only thing is, see, Errol Spence already tweeted or posted an Instagram. I don't know. Was it Instagram or a tweet, but he said that he basically done doing that as far as drinking and all that. He said that after
could have been a wake-up call. You never know.
Yeah, it's like a miracle. Yeah, so it was like alhamdulillah. So hopefully he does quit, because that's the thing. That's the only thing that could separate him and give Crawford the edge, because like you said, Mayweather, what made him great is the fact that he never drank, he never smoked, even though he was around rappers.
He was dedicated.
He was dedicated.
Dedication,
bro. He knew what time it was. And Andre Ward said the same thing. Andre Ward said a line that I would never forget. He said, "I will never let a fighter that drinks or smoke hookah beats me." You know what I mean? So
and that's for real, that's one of my favorite fighters as well, yo.
Yeah,
that's one of the most underrated fighters ever, I feel like.
Yeah, every fight he fought different. He fights you at your own game. Sometimes he boxes.
But he'll switch it up, yo.
He switch it up.
A real champion knows how to switch it up when he needs to.
Right. And
I
felt like
he got knocked down against Kovalev. He got right back up and did what he had to do, man. Salute.
100.
That was a good ass fight. But yo, when I texted you, yo, when you asked me who my favorite fighter was of all time, it was Sugar Ray Leonard, bro. I don't know how I wrote Robinson. But Leonard,
that's what I was like. Damn, my Akhi doing his studying.
Away from Robinson, though.
I was like, my Akhi's doing his studying. He done went back to Robinson. But yeah, Sugar Ray Leonard, one of my favorites. I ain't gonna lie. Prince Nassim Hamid, that's my favorite
though. Pound, bro. Pound for pound, I think he's the best of all time, yo.
Sugar Ray Leonard?
For real. Yeah, man, he was just too nice, man. He fought everybody, bro. The way he fought Tommy Hearns, I still got like the memory in my head, bro. I watched that fight too many times.
Right.
That was artwork, bro. But yo, what's up with that Tyson Fury video? Did you watch it?
Which one? Oh yeah. I forgot which one because I watched multiple.
Yo, bro, like that right there is undisputed, bro. He opened and closed his hand multiple times in the first fight. And it's in real time. You feel me? It's not just a picture.
Yeah.
Like, it did look funny at first. The first month after the fight, I was just looking up videos and seeing what I could see. You feel me? But once I seen that, it's like, damn, bro, you really can't argue with that. But
you can argue with it because I dropped the video on it.
The farmer thing is still hanging. The farmer thing is still hanging for sure.
No, the farmer thing is official. The farmer thing is official. He didn't gave up his license and all that.
Joe, if you think about it, the guy lied first supposedly, and then he lied about lying. He's saying he's lying. He lied the first time. So
either way, he cheated. Either way, he cheated. You know what I'm saying? Either if he lied the first time or the second time, he guilty.
Boxing is a crazy sport, bro.
Yeah, but I'm saying as far as the glove manipulation, as far as the glove manipulation, there's a video where, and this is real time, where Tyson Fury readjusting his glove, like putting his hand in the glove and putting it out. He will pull his glove out and he will pull it in. So like I said, only a cheater knows how to get away with cheating, allegedly. So when it comes to Tyson Fury, one thing for sure, I almost saw his damn fist punching Deontay Wilder with it, bare knuckle. You know what I mean? So ain't no denying that.
With the jab, even in the second fight, the first round, he caught him with that strong jab in the first round. He was just sitting on his punches more, yo. Like, he a big, heavy, lanky dude, but he just don't be sitting on. He don't twist to his punches. Like, I watched the Sean Porter interview the other day when he was talking about how Fury be flicking his wrist and stuff. It makes sense, yo. Especially with when I watch that
you
video,
flick your jab when throwing his jab. You flick when you throw his jab, not a hook. He threw a hook and the glove rotated 90 degrees. Like, that's literally impossible. Try to get like your hand to rotate. Like, you can't do that. Your hand gotta be broke. Your wrist gotta be broke.
You gotta think about how big his hands are. And how is he swinging it?
It don't matter. He's still a human. So, like, his hand won't rotate 90 degrees. That's literally impossible. So, like I said, at the end of the day, allegations prove that he guilty, and the fact that they didn't talk about it is a different thing. You admitted on Instagram when I showed you all the proofs. You said that's suspicious, but now all of a sudden you got a different energy. Now all of a sudden you got a different energy.
Nah, that's the thing, bro. You showed me a picture, and I'm a real one, yo. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I can see what you're seeing in terms of the bulge, and why you would think something is up. But we talking about the Deontay Wilder fight. You showed me pictures of his sparring partner and all that. And that was a bulge, but that was a picture as it was moving that was stopped.
That's just more evidence. And I send you plenty of videos of Deontay Wilder. Like I said, I got 22 videos on this. Like, if you're going to debunk, like I said, the glove rotating at 90 degrees, the fact that his fist sticking out of the glove, and him manipulating.
That wasn't his fist, though, bro. That was a picture. But, yo, at the end of the day, salute to both of those guys for stepping in the ring, yo, because I wanted to see a good heavyweight fight in a long time, yo. And I was waiting on Joshua and Wilder months ago. Yeah, anyway, but that shit never came through.
100. Anyway, so like I said, at the end of the day, Akhi, you can't deny the fact that the man cheated. I understand you're a little biased toward him, but it is what it is. But I gotta let you go, Akhi, because I got a lot of callers. All right.
Yo, stay blessed, Habib. Salam, yo.
100. So hold on, I got a couple people calling in. Hello?
Akhi, I see you making all that money.
Hold on, Camacho.
Making those videos on me. Getting that ad revenue.
Hey, Camacho, hold on. You done got... Look, man, I'll let you talk all you want and all that, but at the end of the day, you cannot come on my platform and lie. So, one thing, you could state your opinion. Anybody, this is the show of the people, right? But you cannot come on Split Decision and lie, because if you insist that it's a fact, I'm going to believe you. I'm going to go back and be like, maybe I'm misinformed. Now, you came last show, right? And you said that Povetkin was a former world champion.
WBA Super, just under the biggest belt.
You said that he a world champion. Now, world champion is a legit belt. There's only 4 belts: the WBC, the IBF, the WBA. I didn't ask you about a gold. You said he a world champion. You said the difference, because you said the difference between him and Ortiz was the fact that Povetkin was a world champion. You insisted. I told you that's a lie. You kept insisting that's a fact. So, like I said, you can't insist that it's a fact when it's a lie. So what I'm saying is that he wasn't the WBA. He was the the international WBA. That's nothing. That's like an international. That's like you're a champion of your country or the continent. No, that's not a world champion. The world champion is the champion of the world. When Povetkin was supposed to fight Deontay Wilder, when he was the mandatory, when he was undefeated, and Deontay Wilder flew all the way to Russia or the UK to train, the man failed for drug test. When Thurman flew all the way to Russia to fight him, he failed again for a drug test. And then he fought AJ, ironically, all of a sudden. Again, this is one lie right there. And you said, why did I hang up on you? I can't talk to you if you're over here trolling. At the end of the day, I'm over here doing my job and I take it seriously, and I can't be talking to trolls. So you're welcome here, but you can't be making up lies and trolling. The second one is that you said that Dillian White was the mandatory. But I told you that when the WBC requested him to fight Luis Ortiz for the mandatory position, he said absolutely not, and fought a fighter that was coming off a loss. So you can't blame the WBC for not making him the mandatory, because he turned down an opportunity to become a mandatory. And then again, Brazil gave him the same offer. He said, if you want to fight Wilder so bad, I'm going to fight you for my mandatory position. He said, absolutely not. And that conversation is irrelevant. That's another strike to you. That's 2. That's irrelevant because Wilder, in the time being, he fought Tyson Fury. He fought Ortiz twice. So that's back-to-back fighting fighters on the top 5 heavyweights. And who care about White? He got sparked by AJ. From all I know, he need to go back and get that lip back. And when AJ tried to fight him, he requested more money. So like I said, that's on him. But that's a deflection you're doing. See, I'm the type of guy, Camacho. Listen, Camacho. I'm the type of guy, I knock your ass out at your own topics, at your own fight, at your own game. In the inside, I knock your ass out. In the outside, I knock you out as well. Like I said, I give it to you how you want it. How you want it is how I give it to you. So how you want it tonight, because I'm going to knock your ass out tonight again. What's going on? Talk to me. Don't lie this time, though. Don't lie this time.
We could talk about this in the comment section somewhere else, because this is boring. This is old school. I want to talk about
the truth is boring, right? The truth is boring because you got caught lying multiple times. You complain about why did I hang up. You complain about why I hang up, but you out here lying. Like I said, you can't lie on split decision. That's the #1 rule. You get 3 strikes of lying, then you got to go. Just a reminder. Keep going, though.
I ain't going to talk about this anymore, but look, I want to talk about current events. Today is April 19th. I want to talk about April 19th. Today is April 19th, 2020. You know what today is?
You're going to get this work. That's what day it is. The work day. So go ahead.
Today is the 12th anniversary of Joe Kazagi knocking out Hopkins.
He did not knock out Hopkins.
I'm sorry.
What?
Beating him.
See,
beating
again,
him,
come on, man.
him.
You can't be doing this
slapping
shit.
Him.
Didn't he get dropped in that fight? Wasn't it close? And Hopkins was like old enough to be your dad, Camacho. He was like 45 years old. And you talk about this embarrassing, though. Listen, Kalowski, bro. Listen, Kalowski didn't want to fight Roy Jones in his prime. He stayed hidden over there overseas. He didn't want to fight Hopkins in his prime. He waited till they got old and had the cojones to fight them. If we keep it all the way a buck, and he still almost got beat by a guy that's old enough to be his father, which is Hopkins. But go ahead.
Here's my problem with you, Akhi, is that I call you in, and then I get like 2 sentences in, and then you go on a 2-minute
because you lie. I'm just pointing out how you lie.
It's because you won't let me talk.
So go ahead,
and then
troll. You mean troll. Go ahead.
Last time, I was on a phone call for like a good 5 minutes, and you muted me, and I didn't know.
Because you lied. I just pointed out where you lied. So you want me? Listen. I'm not gonna keep talking to a troll. You gonna finish?
I'm not a troll.
Go ahead and make your statements. Like I said, when you lie and you know the truth, when I'm informing you the truth and you still lie, then you are a troll. So go ahead, stay your comments because I gotta move on. Like I said, keep going.
Oh, well, you know what? I'm gonna just tell you this, Akhi. Last week, nobody was calling in. You had like 10, 15 viewers at 2 a.m. I called in, and people were enjoying the debate. But you wasn't a debate.
It was an ass whooping. It was me whooping your ass like I'm your father.
No, it was not.
So like I said, I ain't gonna keep talking to a troll. At the end of the day, like I'm whooping you like I'm your father. I'm your father, Camacho. You didn't know that? So at the end of the day, or at least the night, you can't troll on split decision. You bring facts to the table. If you lie on more than one occasion, which I just pointed out to him, he lied, said Povetkin was a world champion. What world is he living in? That's all I'm saying. But at the end of the day, let me go ahead and get to the calls. Real Rap, you say you're going to call in today. Go ahead. You could go ahead and call in. While I'm moving to the next rounds or so. So, Paulie Malignaggi stated that Manny Pacquiao is not Asian. He's saying that he's not getting older. And to be honest with you, I see where he's coming from. You know, I told y'all on more than one occasion that I co-signed Paulie Malignaggi in the past. Hold on, I got a caller. Another caller. How you doing, Akhi? Who this is and where you calling from? Oh, hold on. I didn't have you on the studio. Yeah, say it again.
I said it's Real Rap, calling from Louisiana.
Real Rap, let's chop it up. Hey, what did I tell you, Real Rap? What did I tell you today? Camacho was going to call in to want to talk about this, but let's not pay the troll any mind after I sparked him out. What's up, Real Rap? Talk to me.
let me address one thing, bro, because the motherfucker was annoying me. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, whenever he come back to the live, he gonna be on timeout. But he was like, "Hey, Akhi, let me talk, Akhi. Like I never get to talk, Akhi. Like you bitch, yo, shut your bitch ass up."
I had trolling. He was a troll. Like I said, I gave him the opportunity to talk, but I ain't finna let you lie on my platform. Like I said, if you want to voice your opinion, that's one thing. But if you want to lie while I'm telling you the facts to your face and you denying them and re-insist that I'm lying is another thing. So that's why I just wanted to knock him out for my keys because they told me to do so. But what's up, Real Rap?
Man, I'm going to get one more thing off on Camacho and I'm done.
Yeah, go ahead.
Matter of fact,
fire his ass.
Camacho was he was one of the people behind that ESPN chart that put up that fake that fake Lomachenko record. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the researchers.
Oh, for sure.
He was one of the researchers.
For sure. That's 100. And see, bro, I know Camacho. He a decaf, bro. Like, I know people like that. Like, I read people. Like, that's what I do, man. I don't gotta know you for me to know if you're a decaf or not. I could talk to you for 30 seconds and figure you out. Like I said, Camacho, every time he call in, he will say one thing and contradict it with the next breath. He said Dante Boxing Nation is the most biased person in the world or something like that one time. Wow. And then the next statement, he agreed with me that Dante is the best one that's doing it when it comes to anybody, when it comes to boxing in particular. So it's like, bro, like quit contradicting yourself every single time. I give this dude a chance to troll so I could spark him out. But like I said, it's one thing to re-insist and not acknowledge the facts and make up lies. Like when you say Povetkin was a champion when he was not, it's like, and I'm telling you he wasn't, it's just like, what conversation are we having? I'm not about to get dumb about a second speaking to him. I literally lost brain cells talking to this cat. Like I said, Real Rap, I'm not bugging, man. I be losing brain cells talking to this cat. So I ain't finna do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, like I said, I got a higher IQ. If you're trying to get smarter by the minute, subscribe below. If you're trying to get dumb about a second, don't. I ain't trying to get dumb about a second. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. But what's up with you, Real Rap? You already know Real Rap starting a new channel, and subscribe to him. Y'all see him, the mod, on my channel, so click on his channel and follow my Akhi as well. We're gonna be working in the future, but Real Rap, go ahead, wrap it up. What do you think about what Devin Haney had to say? How you feel about it? Because a lot of people blew it out of proportion, saying that the kid is racist. Even though, man, he almost had his Malcolm X speech claiming that he not a racist, this and that. He's just stating how he feels.
Right. Let me tell you something, man. You know, let me just bring in some history. Were people racist when they were coming at Jack Johnson for just being the individual that he was? Look at look at the law changes that they made. They made a law that said he couldn't bring white women across state lines. You know what I'm saying? They made, and those laws were just on the books not too long ago. They were still on the books, man. And of all people, Trump posthumously, you know what I'm saying, took care of Jack Johnson. A lot of people don't know that. They need to go look that up, man. Trump honored Jack Johnson. But if you look from the annals from Jack Johnson to what Joe Louis had to deal with, to what Ray Robinson and especially the greatest Muhammad Ali had to deal with, did they not deal with open racism? You know what I'm saying? Their thing was to beat any competition. At the end of the day, these are fighters. I don't care if a fighter comes out and says, I'm not going to let a white boy beat me. Man, we grew up in the hood saying that shit. We grew up in the hood saying, you better not let that white boy beat you. You better not. Because we know, bro, at the end of the day, my dad taught me from a young age, you got to be twice as good as them to be even considered equal. You know what I'm saying? So with his statement, oh yeah, we gonna cook, bro. With his statement of saying, I'll never let a white boy beat me, you know what I'm saying? Well, get in the ring and beat him. Right. Get in the ring and beat him and shut him up.
Especially with the biggest white hope in that division.
Facts. This is boxing. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers get in the ring. That's why whenever, like 3 years ago, like whenever Conor was coming all sideways at Floyd, I didn't give a fuck because I kept saying, August 26th, they're gonna touch him up. You know what I'm saying? So they get mad because they can't beat Devin Haney right now. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I don't think Devin Haney's the greatest at 135, but I respect him enough that he's got that dog in him that he calls everybody out. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, shut him up. And you can't shut him up because you know why? You got a lot of fans out there like Camacho. Well, leave him alone, Akhi. Leave him alone.
Devin Haney let me borrow his strap. We got a WBC strap as we speak. We done finesse Lomachenko because he requested the French fries. It's a bad look. Like I said, the caller earlier talking about that Lomachenko don't have to fight Devin Haney because what have he proven? What have he done? He got Lomachenko strapped and he said ain't no white boy that could beat me, and you gonna let him talk to you like that? Lomachenko?
Thank you.
You know what I mean? But y'all rather call him a racist and this and that. Like I said, that's the double standards fighters from the coincidentalists been dealing with from day one. Muhammad Ali is the perfect example. No one did more so for his people than the greatest Muhammad Ali. And they hated him the most. More than Deontay Wilder, more than my man Devin Haney, more than Floyd Money Mayweather, you name it. Muhammad Ali was more hated than everyone. He's just loved now because he's no longer a threat since he's gone. So RIP to the greatest. May he rest in peace. But what I'm saying is, don't try to flip this around because you ain't the one that's dealing with racism. Because, see, it still exists like it did back in Muhammad Ali day, like it does today, too. Like Wilder said, till this day, it still exists. But the only difference is it's in a different form. They practice it differently. You saw Tyson Fury win the fight against Deontay Wilder and a fighter threw the case on. You know, we already know what it means. You know, it's just like things like that. We see it and they want to ignore it. They want to act like they blind. They want to be Stevie Wonders when they see the truth. They want to play deaf when they hear the truth.
Exactly. Hey, and look, don't let their favorite I'm sorry, bro. I gotta curse, bro. Don't let their favorite fuckboy off the hook, man. Never forget about Clint Buterol. Never. You know what I'm saying? Never forget about the fact that Canelo took Clint Buterol. Matter of fact, I told you earlier. Look, there was a Mexican boy that hopped on a ship. You know what I'm saying? Going to Europe. It made it with a whole bunch of European boy, and you know what I'm saying? That's how you got that Nandrolone, you know what I'm saying? That's the tainted meat that Fury ate. Fury ate some transferred tainted meat from Mexico that got transferred to the European bull, and not just that, he ate uncircumcised boar penis. He ain't even had a decency.
Are you gonna do him like that? Hey, you gonna do him like that? Hey, listen, real right. I had a caller earlier. Actually, my Akhi, he disappointed me because on Instagram when he hit me up, I went back and forth debating him and stuff when it comes to the glove gate, when it comes to Deontay Wilder, and then he agreed to everything I said. He was like, "Man, this man cheated, right?" And then on the show, because I don't have time, it ain't the topic today. He want to talk about it, but he don't want to prove none of the allegations wrong, right? But you know, he said that, oh, Tyson Fury ain't no telling if he cheated. It's like, man, the man failed the drug test. What you mean he didn't fail it? Like, it says the A and B sample said he failed. That mean you cheated. You know what I mean? Just like WBC, just like Layla Ali. Shout out to Layla Ali, where she checked the WBC president, Suleiman, where she told him that cheating shouldn't be in the sport during an interview. When she told him, she was like, this is a sport it's a combat sport. It should be an even playing field. Floyd Mayweather told us that from day one. That's why he applied the Olympic testing and the VADA testing and all that above. That fighters that be taking some don't want to take it, right? Now, the reason why you can't cheat in the sport of boxing, because of the obvious. What's understood don't have to be explained. It's a combat sport where you could kill your opponent. But a WBC president has a problem with Deontay Wilder saying that he want to catch a body fair and square because it's a dangerous sport. He letting you know what kind of sport is it. It's a dangerous sport. It's not a respectful sport. You know, you're supposed to be respectful and all the above, but at the end of the day, you go in there to try to hurt your opponent. You might not come out the same. But the WBC want to tell Deontay Wilder, man, you can't be talking like that. But he still claims Jimenez as the world champion, even though she failed the A and B sample.
Let's talk about it.
Both of the A and B sample Not just one, both of them. And he still claimed her as the world champion. Just like he backed Canelo Alvarez back in the day when he fell for Cambutero. And just like Joey, what's that dude in the UK that got suspended for domestic violence?
You talking about Holt Smith. Not Smith. Joey
Saunders. Yeah, Billy Joe Saunders.
Billy Holt Saunders.
Again,
I call him Billy Holt Saunders.
Yeah, he failed the drug test as well. And I wonder how Tyson Fury lost all that weight since his friend got busted with taking steroids around that same time. Tyson Fury lost all that weight, which was around 155 pounds. Like, I wonder how he lost all that weight. Was it natural? Is the $1 million question. So they want to ignore these things, but they want to talk about Devin Haney and what he had to say, but they want to ignore Jimenez still being the world champion. They want to ignore Josh Taylor. That's my man, but I heard Josh Taylor got in trouble in the UK over drinking or whatever. But like I said, they want to focus on a kid that made a mistake, if y'all want to call it that. But he was just talking and speaking how he feels. He said it how he felt. He felt the pain of his people.
Hey, look, it's been way worse done. You know what I'm saying? Than some little words. I wanted to read a couple comments, man, from the chat. It was one comment, I just missed it. Look, my boy Andrew Charles, he said, where I live, people talk like that all the time, black, brown, and white. It was one more comment. It was, go ahead.
Yeah, real rap. I mean, it's like my brother, he loved basketball and stuff, and it's like, it's a common thing, you know what I mean? Like, it's a common thing when they say white people can't jump or dunk, you name it, you know what I mean? You know, it's not being racist, it's just staying obvious. Now I understand there's no discrimination, but white fighters, that's why they came out with the term white hope, because there's not been that many white champions in the sport of boxing. There's been Hispanic, brown, and mostly black that's dominated the sport, but it's never been really that many white hope fighters. So what I'm trying to say is, it's funny when Larry came out as soon as they got a victory, right? As soon as they got a victory over Deontay Wilder, he done called us in the United States, they are no longer going to be a black hope. A black hope? Like, I never heard of that term. In order for there to be a hope, it needed to be no chance of a champion, you know, for a fighter to become a champion in the United States. But Terrence Crawford is the champion. You know what I mean? Anthony Joshua is still black, last time I checked. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like I said, they reached so far and beyond that they will almost pull an arm. But go ahead, Real Rap.
It was another brother. It's his name in the chat is the Brotherhood. He said, man, white boys call themselves white boys, so I ain't trying to hear the fake outrage. Facts. You know what I'm saying? I agree with that 100%. And salute to you, man. Salute to all my dudes in here, man. Yeah. I agree. I agree, bro. Look, the thing on Larry Merchant been taking L's. Like, I've been watching Larry Merchant since the Mike Tyson days. Larry Merchant been taking L's for long before that, bro. Larry Merchant, if y'all don't know, Larry Merchant look like he drink adrenochrome. You know what I'm saying? He look like a straight vampire, man. Larry Merchant, man. I wouldn't be surprised if Larry Merchant was 250 years old, man. Larry Merchant been watching boxing since niggas was coming off the slave ships. Like, man, Larry Merchant is an old, crusty, old bastard. You know what I'm saying? That who always. Go ahead, bro.
Right. And like I said, Larry always been the wizard, the decaf's wizard. Him and Larry, even now Max Kellerman done joined the list. All these fighters couldn't wait on Floyd Mayweather downfall, for example. That's why he said, I wish I was 50 years younger, I would have beat your tail. Yeah. Like, bro, I don't care if you was 200 years younger, you won't do ish. But what I'm saying is, let me just move on to the next round real quick, because my computer about to die, but I just want to let you know this. You know, Paulie Malignaggi criticized Manny Pacquiao, for example, of not Asian, but the man that actually failed the drug test, he never mentioned it, and he debated with me trying to prove his innocent, where I also knocked him spark out. Y'all know the video. I'm gonna leave it in the comment section below, where I knocked Paulie spark out when it comes to everything he had to say, proving he wrong. So if you don't believe in the glove gate, then deny the allegations. But when something already had proven is possible, you can't prove that, oh, that's not possible. I could debunk it, because if you tell me a bank can't be robbed and the next day the banks get robbed and you still claiming that the bank can't be robbed, then you a fool. So you can't debunk something that's already have proven it's possible. Joey Spencer co-signed that and many more. So Real Rap, I'm gonna have to let you go because my computer about to die, so I'm gonna have to wrap it up. So go ahead, leave your last comments. Take us out real quick.
I got you, man. Number one, salute to Akhi TV. You know what I'm saying? My man got almost 20,000 subs, bro. He doing the thing. You know what I'm saying? Number two, man. Look, I don't mind anybody saying what they say. Just live off truth, man. Because truth in these days is the only thing that's going to sustain us, man. Facts. It's the only thing that's going to be beneficial to your well-being. You know what I'm saying? The truth is going to set you to where you need to be in life, man.
Set you free. You just got to learn how to accept it. You gotta learn how to accept it. And y'all decafs, you know, I won't hurt you physically, but I will hurt your feelings telling you the truth, like I hurt Camacho feelings today. But I appreciate it, Real Rap. I'm gonna go ahead and try to end the show before my computer shut down on me.
Appreciate the wrench, my G. You know what I'm saying? Hey, all my mods, hey, bro, we gonna clean up the chat. No more racist, homosexual bullshit in the chat, man. We gonna clean it up.
100.
Thank you, Akhi.
100. Bro. Appreciate it, Real Rap. Subscribe to my man channel as well. But with that being said, subscribe below. If you're trying to get smart about a minute, if you're trying to get dumb about a second, don't, and listen to these decaf/O media. Shout out to DBN. Salute to my Akhi for being the entrepreneur of new media that I'm a part of. And if you're a casual fan and you want to be hardcore, all you have to do is click on the notification bell below to get notified every time Akhi, your brother over here, subscribe. And like I said, every time I post, if you click on the notification bell, you get notified when I go live. It's a boxing debate / talk show, which is split decision, where Akhi mix, master, engineer, and produce, and all the above. And to all my haters, like I always tell y'all, why y'all always hating? Tell me, why y'all always hating? Why y'all always hating? So with that being stated, check out my videos. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Subscribe below. Be part of the family. Shout out to OG Swag. Shout out to Real Rap and everybody in the chat. I'm sorry if I missed anybody call, but I got a time span and I can't continue any longer because my computer about to die and crash on me. So like I said, people that said that Devin Haney is reaching, people that said that Devin Haney is being a racist, remember, you're not the one that suffered from double standards. You're not the one that's being misunderstood and mistreated. So
to this day, to this day, to this day, Bomb Squad.
And I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Pillow for all my haters so they could dream.